questions. How do I keep my tack looking good, safe? We don't want the leather to start to dry rot. Okay, so what do? After we get off our horses, first thing we take our bridle and our girth, and they're either washed or put in a dunk bucket of water. Everybody's afraid to get their leather wet. Well, water is the best thing for your leather. Because as you hose down this girth, you can see the water beating up because it's conditioned after every ride. We take our equipment, wet it down, get all the hair, all the salt from the sweat of the horse off your equipment. Okay? We like to use the FX Combi. It's a non-glycerin based cleaner. It's got alcohol in it. So it opens up the pores, it cleans everything off of your saddle, your bridle, your girth. Work it in, dry it off, and then the most important thing, you see our equipment can get as wet as you want and nothing will ever happen to it. This girth is 4 years old. It looks better than the new ones that we have on the shelf at the store because it's conditioned and cared for every day. The most important thing after you clean it, you can't let water just sit. You got to dry it off and then condition it. We use a henna grease, which is like a Lita balsam from Passier. Your two best conditioners. On any piece of equipment, take a nice dry one. But you could take something that hasn't been used for a while, put this cream on it, it will make the leather start to come back like new. It's the best thing. A nice Lita balsam. It'll just work its way into the leather, and this piece of equipment that hasn't been used in a real long time will be just like the new ones. So what we want to do, your girth and bridle, after every ride, get the sweat off, because everybody comes in, oh, my girth is cracking. Well, it's because you don't clean it. The leather will stay fantastic, but if you never clean it, the salt from the sweat of the horse will dry rot your leather, and the pressure points that go around the horse, you'll start to crack your girth. Same thing with your saddle. Everybody puts a saddle on the cleaning stand, and the first thing they do is they clean the outside. Well, guess what? Here's the most important part. The sweat that came up through the saddle pad has soaked these panels, all right? Get the sweat off, okay? Clean it with your FX and water combination, dry it, and then condition it. Keep these panels very conditioned. It helps repel water. If you have a saddle that's never been conditioned and you go to a horse show and it rains, you're gonna have rain spots all over your saddle. Our saddles are out in the rain and water, it doesn't matter. There's no spots because they're conditioned. Put a good Lita balsam coat of conditioner on them and it'll be great. The other worst thing that everybody does, first they don't clean their girth the way I said. So now you got a sweaty, salt-filled girth. They take their saddle, put it on the saddle stand in the barn, in your tack room, and then they take the girth and do that. So what happens, all the salt and sweat that was now on your girth is sitting on the seat of the saddle. And people come into the store and they say, I need my seat replaced because the salt has worn out the stitching on the sides of the seat. So you're taking a dirty girth, putting it on top of a clean saddle, and now you're going to spend $700 to replace the seat in the saddle. Clean everything, dry it. Don't put your girth on top of your saddle unless you have a saddle cover, and then or a saddle pad, then cover it.